Yo, it's the greasiest of pits all up in your mitts and grits, my friend. What is up? We're gonna combine these two together. Dude, I learned recently that speaking of pits, Brad Pitt has a brother named Doug Pitt. Yo, that's kind of crazy. Do you know, like Pitt, you like dig it and stuff? Yo, what if they had a sister named Peach? Peach Pitt. That'd be kind of cool. Um, so random. But what's up, friends? I hope everyone is doing well. I sincerely do. Really, really do. Hope you're having a lot of peace in your life. Maybe a piece of pecan pie. Ooh, pecan pie, one of my favorites. Anything with pecans, dude. Pecan ice cream. Ooh, so good, so good. I'm not too much of a fan of key lime and those like, I don't know, key lime just tastes too fake to me. But pecan pie is way too sweet too, to be honest. Pecan ice cream, dude. What am I talking about, dude? I'll eat anything, man. I'll eat any dessert. Dude, I was gonna say, the Ironworks mold is an incredible piece, and I love it. But man, dude, they did our guy Greasepit super dirty, dude. You see these designs over here? These are stickers, dude. Rarely do you get stickers on these weaponizer guys. Same thing for this, so you can see it's kind of peeling. That's a little annoying, dude. That's a little annoying. I'm like, really, bro? You can pay him the just common decency to make those like, what do they call them? Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There's a name for that thing, dude. It's like, but whatever, dude. The paint, like, y'all couldn't put this as paint, dude. It had to be had to be stickers. Real talk. Don't squeak. Okay, great. So this is a pretty nifty combiner, and obviously if you have two Ironworks from or one from the Metropolis set or a Greasepit, you can pull this off. And yeah, he's all adorned in the UC colors, you know, the what is it, the gold and blue. Yeah, dude. I attended the University of California at Berkeley, which is blue and gold, but I dropped out after the first year. That's not good advice, and I'm not telling you to go drop out, but my circumstances in life, it ended up being like that, my friends. But I still ended up at a like well-paying job, you know, if I'm just being honest. I'm in good circumstances. I work at a great place. I have a pretty high position at work, and so it all kind of worked out in the end. But it didn't get there by accident, you know? My bad, dude. I'm just going off on this random tangent about my life, as I usually do, I guess. But I know some folks, they just say, like, hey, man, can you just, like, talk about toys? But, I mean, I don't know, man. I often think about, like I said, my role in this exchange that we have over here is, like I said, I just feel like I'm that old neighbor, man. They're like, hey, dude, I was about to say my name. It's Mr. Botbender down the street. That guy, the old dude who still plays with toys. And you're like, yeah, can you believe that? Yeah, man, he's pretty cool, dude. And like, and so you're gonna hear me like rattle off like back in my days. But I know according to the algorithm, yeah, there's a bunch of young adults and soon to be young adults watching this channel. And yeah, like I said, I dropped out of school and won't really go into the reason perhaps in another video. But let's just say, yeah, I dropped out of school. But it wasn't without, like, I didn't just get to where I'm at by, like, accident. You know what I mean? I didn't just, like, end up here. Like, dude, I hustled and I grinded. And you guys know what credit is? For those of you in America, you know, credit is kind of like it's a score system that kind of tells, like, financial institutions or people who sell you stuff that, like, you're good for it, you know? It's a mark of, they're vouching for you, you know? It's like, I was about to say, yeah, it's a mark of credit. No, but that's exactly what I'm talking about, credit. It's like your trustworthiness and you know, it conveys a lot of things because nobody knows who really you are. You know, they don't know if they could trust you, how much they could put faith in you, whether you're going to be good on that money. So there's like a credit system, right? And give me one second. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah. Degrees are kind of like credit. And what I mean by that is like, just like how, like, let's say you're going to go buy a car and they're going to check your credit because they don't know if you're good for it. They don't know who they're selling to, you know? And so they got to make sure that they're making the right move in terms of giving you a loan, let's say for a car loan or something. And just like that, like an employer, somebody who's going to be hiring you, they're going to be putting you in charge of their most precious asset, their business. And so there's going to be a credit check, meaning like they need to establish who are you, Are you trustworthy? Are you worth it? And usually a college degree, that is what conveys a sense of credit. It's like, yeah, you know what? I went to a university. I have these accolades. I studied this. So it conveys something about who that person is, an objective marker that they can trust, basically. And so not having a degree, especially in the system that exists in America, it's like, dude, those choice opportunities are not readily available for those who, I mean, it's slowly changing now, but because if you look at like Bill Gates, maybe graduated, like Zuckerberg and people like that, you see they don't have degrees, but so it's a little hard to break in. It was hard to break into the industry, and I work in the gaming industry. But once I kind of got my foot in the door, your experience becomes your credit, because you're like, you know what, I may not have finished school and I may not have that degree to convey how trustworthy I am or what I'm capable of, but at least I have a year of work experience under me. And then from there, I just grinded. I just kept on grinding. And grinding meaning like I would put in work, and not would I only show up. You know, this is something my mom told me. She was like, if you want to impress your employer, she was like, if they pay you $100, she was like, perform like they pay you $200. And I was just kind of like, why would I do that? Why would I bother doing that, you know? But she was just like basically trying to convey, I mean, I'm an immigrant, she's an immigrant, so she's trying to convey like, yo, you got to impress fools. You got to stand out, dude. And you're going to be overlooked by like your socioeconomic class, your ethnic class, your variety. So she's like, you don't want to be overlooked for any opportunity. And I think I did something wrong right now, because this is not. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, it's not working. Hold up. And so she was like, she's like, yeah, you gotta stand out. And so yeah, I hustled. I applied myself. Any opportunity I was given, I acted like it was the biggest opportunity ever in the world. I would show up, like for instance, when I was working at Sony, they were looking for volunteers to do like QA testing. They had to do it with a UK team. It was, I don't know if it was Ubisoft. I don't remember, but it was a UK team, and you had to come in and test with the UK team. Yo, that thing started at 4:30 in the morning, bruh. And I lived 45 minutes from where I worked. You bet your keister, I signed up for that gig, and I showed up every day during that project. They needed overtime work. Yo, I was there, dude. I signed up for every weekend. And even when I progressed to some of my next employers, I found out there was this fraud problem, and I ended up solving that. But you know how I solved that? I went through logs and logs and books of log. Like, dude, I would stay there overnight. I really applied myself. And I'm not saying that this is the path, but I'm just saying, at least for myself, I needed to show everyone how hardcore I was, how capable I was, how willing I was to kind of succeed. And all those things just kind of culminate together. And over time, I established a network of people who knew who I was, what I was capable of doing, how responsible I was, how intelligent I was. And so that becomes your credit at that point. Nobody cares at this point that I didn't graduate school. Nobody even cares that I went to a very, very nice university. Nobody cares. None of that matters. What matters is my time in the field, my experience. And so it was a tough grind, and perhaps it would have been easier had I had a degree. In fact, it would have been easier, but school was not for me. I had panic attacks. I had mad anxiety in classrooms. All right, so I guess I'm going a little bit into it. Something like that. I had a lot of like mental challenges that prevented me from attending university classes and stuff. And it was very different than high school. And I feel like for someone like me, perhaps transitioning to a junior college first and then going to university would have been a little bit easier. But the university was too much of a dunk into the deep end of the pool for me, and I just. Yeah, dude, I crumbled, dude. I was just way too fragile for it. But anyway. So it took me a long time. Like when most people like get out of school and they start their career at like 22, 21, like I started grinding was about when I was 25, and I didn't get my first manager position until I was about 30, and I didn't get my first, and then I got to be like a director when I was around like 35, 36. and I'm much higher than that right now. Um, but yeah. I don't know if any of you are in this path, and you want to hit me up, or you have questions about like school, like how I broke into the industry and all this other stuff. Feel free to email me or drop a comment or something like that. Happy to talk to anybody who's going down that particular path, but don't think it's easy. Don't think it's a walk in the park. Be willing to invest and grind and put in the time and make that climb. All right, I was kind of trying to rhyme. That even lined up too. But yeah, dude, it's you got to be willing to put in the effort. Yeah, it doesn't come easy. No pain, no gain, my friend. Yeah. I wasn't really trying to talk about that, to be completely honest. I just kind of went on a tangent because I saw the blue and gold and it reminded me of UC Berkeley, Cal. That's all I got, my friends. Yeah. I don't think that was a bummer of a topic. I don't know. Maybe some of you found it interesting, maybe not. But I hope you like the build at least. Lots of cool stuff. You see that backpack that we made over here? Heck yeah, baby. You could even like put a bunch of energon cubes in there. I think that's pretty neat. Love the scoop hand over here. Even the little shin guards that he has. Really, really nice. Plays off the red and stuff like that and the yellows. And I like him a lot more than I thought I would. And I originally just made him because I was running out of parts to build. But I'm happy that I undertook this process and made this guy. Thanks for joining me, friends. It's been a bit of a long one. 12 minutes of your life. Thank you for being here, all right? Appreciate it. Bye.